Should this really be a time right now where we are celebrating what is supposedly the solution to ending this mess? Pay close attention to these next few minutes where I'm going to reveal with you the truth. Because I've witnessed and done research on what's been really going on, and I decide to stay silent no longer, because it's time that you hear the truth. So pay close attention, as these next few minutes could be the most important ones of your life. The world isn't what we thought it was. You have been programmed by birth to believe a certain way, to think a certain way, and to just blatantly accept whatever you're told. And it's no secret right now that it has become much more obvious with this world crisis that we're all in. Many people are being economically and mentally deprived right now. People are losing their jobs. They're losing their businesses. They don't know how they're going to provide for their loved ones, for their family, for their children. And because of that, they're losing hope. And they're lost without a clear direction. They don't know what to believe anymore. And everybody wants this pandemic to end. But they think that the only way this is going to end is by following these so-called safety measures that are in place, and to taking the solution that's going to be protecting us from this so-called pandemic. But I want you to think for a moment. Is this really all about our safety? Is this really all about our health? Or is there a hidden meaning that we've become so ignorant not to look into? And really, these so-called safety measures are designed to control us. They are. And I know when you first hear that, you might think I'm going off some conspiracy theory. But don't you think, and let's think about this, doesn't it seem quite the slightest off to you that this whole thing isn't right? That it just feels even the slightest off? They're not interested in healing us. They are more interested in controlling us and keeping us in ignorance. Which leads me to telling you not to believe everything you hear. Just because you hear the masses believe the certain piece of information that is being put out there publicly, it does not necessarily mean that it's the truth. Question everything and form your own best judgment. I am in no way telling you to agree with everything that I say, but more so to introduce perspective for you to think about and to form your own best judgment. Because at the end of the day, I cannot tell you what to think, what to do, but I can simply put the perspective out there that can give you direction, that can give you guidance into forming your own best judgment, rather than blatantly accepting everything that you're told. There is a reason why you were given a brain to think. And if you're really that concerned about your health, make better lifestyle choices. Go out there and get some sunlight, because it is good for the body. take some time to breathe. It doesn't take much to do. You just have to simply breathe in for 4 seconds and hold it for 4 seconds, and then breathe out for a little more than 4 seconds. And perhaps you shouldn't be eating the food that's going to deteriorate your body, but instead consume the foods that are going to nourish your body. And perhaps you shouldn't be endlessly scrolling through your social media feed and being curious about what everyone else is doing with their life. Perhaps you shouldn't be binge watching YouTube, Netflix all day, and instead learn to pick up a book that's going to teach you something about yourself, that's going to help you to better navigate through your own life. Watch something that's going to inspire and uplift you so that you won't be living in fear. And let love guide you, not fear. I'll cite here a quote from a spiritual teacher named Radhanath Swami, where he says, "There is toxicity in the environment everywhere around us, in the environment, in the political atmosphere. But the origin is in people's hearts. Unless we clean the ecology of our own heart and inspire others to do the same, we will be an instrument to polluting the environment. But if we create purity in our own heart, we can contribute great purity to the world around us." So I ask you right now to make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, not any later than that, but here, right now. Are we going to continue to acquiesce to this? Do you really want the kind of world that we're living in right now? Do you want that to be for the long term, not only for your loved ones, but for your kids, your grandkids, and the future generation that is gonna be living in this world longer than you are? Do you want them to live in a world devoid of compassion, devoid of freedom, freedom to think, freedom to choose, where it is devoid of true happiness? Or will you take the stand right now and decide that I am no longer going to be controlled, that I am going to choose right now to open up my heart, to work on myself, and to do what I know to be right? Because deep down, even though you may not be able to explain it in your own words, you already know deep down what you need to do. Choose wisely.